everyone, my name is Rachel. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome to week 2 of Vlogmas. We are here. I am so excited to keep vlogging with you guys throughout the month of December and to give you updates on what I'm reading, just because I'm reading so many good books right now. I'm just very excited. Though I feel like this is going to be a boring week, a very, very boring week compared to last week. If you watched last week's vlog, I went to New York with my friends. So there was definitely a lot more going on than there will be this week. But the one exciting thing is that my birthday is on Thursday. Today is Tuesday. Let's go ahead and get into the first reading update of this vlog. So yesterday, I read the entirety of Snow Place Like LA by Sierra Simone and Julie Murphy. This is book 1.5 in their Christmas Notch series, which is just such a fun series. I really enjoyed book 1, Merry Little Meet Cute. I read that last December. So if you want to check out last year's Vlogmas vlogs, I do have a playlist for that, and I talked about that book in those vlogs. But this is a novella about Luca and Angel, who were characters that were featured pretty heavily in Merry Little Meet Cute. If you know nothing about this series, it's so fun. It basically centers around the adult film industry, but it also centers around these Hallmark Channel like movies, because there's a production company that this guy Teddy runs. He runs a production company for adult films, and he runs a production company for like Hallmark Channel movies. And so it's just so fun. I love the vibe. These are sweet and fun romances, but they're also incredibly sexy because Sierra Simone is one of the co-authors. This one was really good. It's a second chance romance because we see in book 1 that Angel and Luca got together in that first book, and then there's some miscommunication between the two of them at the beginning of this novella, and so they split up for a while. And so this novella is just them finding their way back to each other, and I just really loved the vibe of this couple. The steamy scenes were really great. I mean, Sierra Simone is an icon of that. But so I give this 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. Very much looking forward to reading the second book in the series that came out in like October. It's like Holly Jolly Ever After or something. And that book is gonna center around another Hallmark Channel like movie. Then today, I am so excited about this. I started Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. Also, if you didn't watch last week's vlog, I got this stunning cover from Waterstones, which is a bookstore in the UK. This was the UK cover, and that's what this looks like. I feel like this cover matches the vibe of this book so much better than the US cover. I feel like the US cover is kind of bland compared to this one. I mean, I am just absolutely obsessed with this. This is such an interesting book so far. I'm about 20% through so far. I'm like 2 hours into the audiobook. So this basically centers around this war. And it also takes place in what feels like a historical setting, and you can tell also by like what the characters are wearing on this cover, but it feels like this takes place during like a World War I or World War II type setting in terms of time, and like what the characters wear and things like that. But this war is being fought between 2 gods. So far I've learned in the first 20% that there used to be over like 100 gods in this world, but over the course of probably millennia, you know, at least hundreds of years, they had been killing each other off, and now there's only 5 gods, but they were all buried, or like their magic was bound in some way that they weren't a threat to humans anymore, except now Enva and Dacre are free to do as they please, and they have started a war with each other, and humans are on the front lines fighting the war for them. And so Iris's brother Forrest has enlisted and he is fighting on the front for Enva. And then Iris and Roman are two main characters. They are rival reporters at this newspaper. They are competing for this columnist job at the paper. So neither of them have a permanent position yet. And so I'm really loving this so far. I really like Rebecca Ross's writing style. I think that it's just really beautiful to read, but also still very accessible, which makes sense because this is YA. I think when I first heard about this book, I kind of assumed that it was adult romance, but it's really not. It is YA. Our two main characters are 18 and 19, and the writing style is definitely, you know, geared for a YA audience. I personally love reading YA. I'm in a very YA mood at the moment for sure. So like this is the perfect book for me. And I am really enjoying these two main characters so far. The only thing that I'm gonna say is that we're 20% in, and it seems like the animosity, the rivalry between these two is already starting to dissipate, and I just feel like that's way too early. I am really loving this so far and would already highly recommend it, though I feel like I don't have too much to say because I'm only 20% in. But this is, yeah, this is just really great so far. So I'm also in the middle of my reread of House of Earth and Blood by the Queen, Sarah J. Maas. I'm on page 303. My goal has been to read about 100 pages a day until our live show for the Crescent City read-along. So the Crescent City read-along is being co-hosted by a bunch of my absolute favorite booktubers. I'm gonna link everyone down in the description below. I'm worried if I try to say everyone's name, I'm gonna forget someone, and I do not want to do that. So yeah, that is what's going on. Our first live show is gonna be Sunday, December 17th at 8 p.m. EST. So it'll be before this vlog goes out, but yeah, I've been pretty good about sticking to reading 100 pages a day, except I didn't read at all from this yesterday because I was just focusing on reading that novella. Plus, I have plenty of time to get this book read before Sunday. Today's Tuesday. I am about to read my 100 pages for the day, and then I'll be halfway through the book. So I think that that's pretty good. I'm really loving this reread. There is something so oddly cozy and comforting about reading a murder mystery, which is probably why the cozy mystery genre is as successful as it is. And that's something that I had never really thought about until today when I was thinking about my reread experience of this book. If you don't know anything about this series, which I feel like most of you probably do, but this is about Bryce Quinlan. This takes place in a really cool fantasy world. But in the first like 60 pages of this book, her best friend in the whole world and her best friend's werewolf pack, they all get brutally, savagely murdered. And so Bryce is now tasked with solving this murder with Hunt, who is an angel, and he works for the governor. And so what's so cozy about murder mysteries is reading scenes where the characters are like strategizing and coming up with theories in regards to, you know, who could have murdered this person. And like, I know that's so weird to say because it's like somebody, like people are getting murdered, right? But like, there's just oddly something comforting about like reading those scenes. And this world is so cool because it just feels very modern. We have modern technology, but we also have magic, and we have so many different kinds of creatures that live in this world, and they're broken up into the 4 houses, right? And it's just so cool to reread this book, which makes me very, very excited to be able to jump right into House of Sky and Breath next month. I don't have to wait for the next book to come out, right? Also, Novellathon is starting in a couple days. It's starting on my birthday. I need to make a TBR for that. I have a couple of Christmassy romance novellas floating around in my head that I might want to read, but I need to do that. So yeah, with that being said, I might talk to you guys at some point tomorrow. It just depends on like how much reading I get done. Tomorrow is going to be a very long day for me. I'll be working most of the day. So I probably won't get a ton of reading done, but I might give an update anyway. Hey everyone, it is Thursday, very late on Thursday, but today is my birthday. I am now 31. Today was a good day. I mean, I had to work, but you know, that is life when your birthday falls on a weekday, right? But I have lots of things to show you. Okay, first things first, my sister sent me a package for my birthday. She lives in California with her husband. And so she got me this Kate Spade wristlet with Mrs. Potts and Chip from Beauty and the Beast on it. Like, isn't this the cutest little wristlet you've ever seen? And it has a little like strap on it. And then the inside has like some slots for like cards and stuff. Oh, thank you so much, Kimmy. I love it so much. Then there was a package on my doorstep today from Amazon, and I have not ordered anything from Amazon recently. So I'm thinking somebody must have gotten something for me off of my Amazon wish list. So let's see if I can get the note here. That is not a note, that is just a receipt. Let's see. Happy birthday, my sweet friend. Thank you so much for being such a shining light in this community. I am so thankful to call you a friend from Avery. Oh, Avery is one of the sweetest people to have ever existed on this planet. I love her so much. If you do not follow her yet, go follow her. Her channel is Ava's Romance Books. So let's see what Ava got me. Oh my God. I am so excited. Oh my God. I mean, anytime I have a new Claire Kent book to add to my collection is a happy day, right? This is Escorted. And this is about our heroine who hires a male escort, and it is their romance. And I've heard incredible things about this book. Wait, what? Lori might be a popular romance writer, but she's never been anything but a flop with sex and love in her personal life. Oh my God, this is sounding better and better. Oh my God. Still a virgin at 26 and increasingly frustrated by her inexperience, she decides to take matters into her own hands. She hires a talented, sexy male escort to take care of her inconvenient virginity. This sounds even more amazing. Oh my God, thank you so much, Ava. Like, this just means so much to me. Thank you. So also, I got a package today from Kindness and Candles. They're a candle and wax company. And on Black Friday, they were having a sale on, I can't remember if it was like the whole site or just like their holiday scents and sets. But this is a company that I guess I've kind of been working with over the past few months or so, because the owner was so gracious. She sent me some candles and wax melts for free because she just wanted to hear my thoughts. And she also gave me a discount code that is still usable for both myself and you guys. It is just Rachel10 and you'll get 10% off of your order. So basically you could pick and choose 4 of their holiday sets and make your own little gift box set. And so that is what I did. So let's go ahead and open this. I am so excited because I, like I said, have already adored the products that I have from them. I'll show you one of my absolute favorites is their candle called Reading Nook. It is, it has vanilla, rum, sugar, buttercream, and spice. Like, just such an amazing scent that is still going strong, even though I have been using this a lot. Although it doesn't look like I've been using it because I don't burn candles. I have a lamp that is also a candle warmer. Let us get into this gift box set. Oh my God, I am so excited. Look how cute these candles are. So they're definitely, you know, a lot smaller. I would say about half the size of like a normal candle of theirs. So this first scent, Merry and Bright, we have pear, cinnamon, brandy, apple, and clove. I mean, I have a feeling this is gonna be incredible. Oh my God. Oh, that is so good. Also, I love that they have glitter on the candles, and all of their candles use like a wood wick. Okay, what I'm loving about this is the addition of pear. I don't know that I've ever smelled a holiday scent that has pear. Usually you'll just get ones that just have, and this one does have apple, but it's just like apple and cinnamon and clove, and like that's it. But the pear, I feel like adds a lightness and a brightness to this that is just so good. Next we have Peppermint Mocha. This one has chocolate, peppermint mocha, vanilla, and cream. Oh my God. That straight up smells like a peppermint mocha that I would get from Starbucks. Ooh, cranberry prosecco. This one has cranberry, citrus, champagne, praline, and light musk. Oh my God. This is amazing too. What I'm loving is that all of these scents though have a different vibe to them. This one is more like sweet and berry and citrusy, of course, because of the notes that I mentioned. Whereas the Merry and Bright is more like the pear cinnamon vibe. It's just a different kind of scent. Oh my God, I'm so glad I went with the scents that I went with. So the last one is 'Tis the Season. I feel like this one is going to smell like a very typical holiday scent. This one is apple, cinnamon, clove, orange, and nutmeg. So let's see. Oh my God. So good. There is a uniqueness to this though. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I'm so bad at describing scents, guys. But I just love this. I love that it's not like overly clovey. I cannot recommend Kindness and Candles highly enough. Then we have this bag right here. So as you saw from those B-roll clips that I inserted, my mom gave me a little birthday party. She got me a cake and she got me some presents. So a couple of the presents, she got me an air fryer and she got me a humidifier. And then she also got me this bag of goodies. So she went to Bath and Body Works and she got me a bunch of their hand sanitizers. Like this one is the warm vanilla sugar scent, and she got me one of the keychains that you can use as a holder for your hand sanitizer. And isn't this the cutest thing you have ever seen in your life? It's a little boba tea thing, and the little bobas actually shake around. So cute. She got me a few different scents of the hand sanitizer, so I'm definitely stocked up on that. She got me the body wash in 1,000 Wishes scent, which this one, it has a nice musk to it. Let's see. Pink Prosecco, sparkling Quince, Q-U-I-N-C-E. I don't know how to pronounce that. Crystal Peonies, Gilded Amber, and Amaretto Cream. Yeah, the amber is where I'm detecting the musk. Oh, I love all of those notes. It's just, it's like light, which I prefer like lighter, fresher scents with like my perfumes and body washes. She got me actually their shampoo in the same scent. I did not know that Bath and Body Works makes hair products. So thank you so much, Mom. I love little gift bags like this of just like random little things. Yeah, it just means so much to me that she got me a cake and got me these presents and stuff. All right, let's get to a reading update. I have so many things on this desk right now, but let's get organized. Let's talk about some things. So the past couple of days, I just have not been able to read a ton, which honestly is super frustrating to me. Ever since I have started my new full-time job, which it's a great job and I would never complain about it. Like I have a great boss. It's a great place to work. But on the flip side of that, I don't have nearly as much time to read as I used to. And it's just been getting so frustrating because like my Mondays and Wednesdays in particular are very long days. I don't get home until about like 10:30 or so. And by the time I get home, I'm just too tired to read. So I basically crash. And then my Tuesdays and Thursdays, I have more time to read, but I'm still tired from working. And well, the past couple of weeks, I haven't really had actual weekends to devote to reading because I've had things going on, like the New York trip this past weekend. There were things going on. So like, it just feels like the past couple weeks in particular, I have had zero time to read, and it really is frustrating for me, especially because I'm in the middle of some really fantastic books. So I'm on page 505 of Crescent City. So I've read about 200 pages since I last spoke to you guys. I really don't have a ton of things to say about the last couple of 100 pages that I've read, except that I'm just loving this book more and more as I'm reading it. And that was definitely my experience the first time I read this book too. I just love this world. I love these characters. It's such a great story. I love this murder mystery element, but there's also like so many other things going on besides the murder mystery. And yeah, it's a fantastic fantasy novel. I'm just happy to be rereading this book, and I'm happy to be reading a Sarah J. Maas book because it's been quite a while since I've read one of her books, if I'm thinking about it. Then I have made some progress on Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross, but not as much progress as I would have liked. This is one of the reasons why I'm so frustrated with not having a ton of time to read, because I am obsessed with this book and with this vibe. Oh my God, if you guys have historical fantasy or historical fantasy romance recommendations, whether that's YA or adult, please leave them in the comments below, because I am absolutely in love with this book. Like, it's just, I love the writing, I love the characters, I love the story. This is so cool. Another element that I forgot to mention in my last update was that as you can see, like the characters are holding letters in their hands, and that's because in the first chunk of this book, they end up exchanging letters through magic. Basically, Iris has been writing letters to her brother Forrest, who is fighting on the war front. He is a soldier. And so they have magically ended up being sent to Roman, our other main character. And he's able to send letters to her back and forth. I really like the role that magic plays in this story. It definitely comes across more as magical realism, and I think that it really works for the type of setting that we have going on. So I'm about like 35% of the way through this now. I've been able to listen to little chunks of this while driving to and from work. But other than that, since last updating you, I haven't been able to actually like sit down and read this physically. So I'm hoping maybe, I don't know, it's pretty late. I might be able to read a little bit more of this tonight, but I'm definitely going to devote a lot of time tomorrow, because tomorrow is a full day off for me. I do not have any work commitments. I am going to lunch with one of my best friends and my mom for my birthday, but other than that, like, I can actually like sit at home and read, and I am so excited. Also, now that I'm thinking about the magical realism in this book, I'm also really enjoying the plot having to do with this war that is being fought between gods. Like, that is just so cool, so interesting, but also terrifying now that the plot is taking us closer and closer to the war front. Yeah, oh my God. I've never read a book like this before, and it's so cool. It's just so cool. Like, wow, I cannot wait to read more of it. And then also today was the first day of Novellathon, a Christmas or holiday themed version of Novellathon. So this is a readathon that is hosted by myself, Ava, Tiffany, and Samantha, where we just try to read as many novellas as possible in the next few days. The last day of the readathon is going to be the 17th, which is Sunday. I, of course, have not been able to read much today, but I did get to read the first chapter of Trick Shot by Kayla Gross. This is our group pick for the readathon. This is a very spicy MMF Christmas romance novella. I went into this thinking that it was a lot shorter than it actually is. I was hoping to just read the entirety of this tonight before going to bed. However, this is a 200-page novella. I thought this was going to be more like 100 pages, but no, it is 200 pages. So yeah, but I'm hoping I'll enjoy it anyway, though I'm not quite in the mood for this kind of story. So we'll just have to see. Like I've told you guys probably already in this vlog and in last week's vlog, like I'm definitely in a fantasy mood. So I'm hoping I'll enjoy this anyway though. But this is about Riley, Leo, and Jace. And from what I can tell of the plot, Leo and Riley's flight got canceled in New York, and so Leo is about to take Riley home to where he lives with Jace, our third main character, and I'm sure some sexy times will ensue. So that's fun. I do have a few novellas on my TBR, but who knows what I'll get to. I also have some volumes of manga and manhwa, and hopefully I can read a couple of volumes from this stack as well for Novellathon. All right, my battery died, but we are back. We are back. I'm almost done with this update anyway. I feel like I've been filming forever. But even though technically volumes of manga and manhwa wouldn't necessarily count as novellas in terms of page length, they count as novellas in my mind in terms of how long it takes me to read one, because usually I can knock out a volume of manga in like an hour or so. So I feel like this will be great to add to my TBR just so that I don't get burnt out on everything else that I'm reading. But first of all, we have volume 9 of Sweat and Soap. If you don't know, Sweat and Soap is my favorite manga ever. This has one of my top 5 favorite couples I've ever read about. I also just love the art style. It's just so unique and so perfect for these characters and the story. It's just very cozy. This is more of like a slice of life romance series. So we're just kind of living Asako and Otori's lives with them, and it's so good, so amazing. Also, I have volume 1 of the Savior's Book Cafe Story in Another World. I have read volumes 1 and 2 of this before, but it's been a very long time, so I would be rereading it. This is a fantasy romance manga. It's a very short series. It's like 5 volumes, and I own all 5 volumes. So yeah, I might pick this up and reread this. I also have Game Between the Suits. I think this is an office romance series. And then I have these 2 volumes of manhwa. Manhwa is the Korean version of manga. I have been meaning to read these all year. These were featured in my 10 books I need to read by the end of the year. We have Villains Are Destined to Die. What I love about manhwa is that they are full color illustrations. Manga is in black and white. But this one is about our character Yvonne and how she wakes up in the world of this video game that she loves to play, and she is the villain of the game. So that's really cool and interesting. Then we have the Remarried Empress, just a stunning, stunning cover. We have an Empress and an Emperor who are married, and then the Emperor ends up requesting a divorce from her, and she's like, you know what, that's cool as long as I can remarry whoever the hell I want. And so things go on from there. So yeah, very excited about both of these. The covers are stunning. I have seen the covers for the next few volumes of both of these series, and like, I'm just blown away by how beautiful the artwork is. So that is gonna be it for this update. I have been filming for a long time, but I had a lot of things to talk about. So with that being said, I'll talk to you guys hopefully at some point tomorrow, maybe tomorrow night. right, what's up, my dudes? It is Saturday afternoon. It is definitely well past time for another update for this vlog. So first things first, I have some happy mail that I'm very excited to show you guys. First of all, Samantha from Books with Samantha sent me what looks to be a Christmas card. So let's look at it together. A cup of cheer. Oh my goodness, Samantha. Oh, I have to show you guys. She gave me this heart-shaped ornament with bookshelves on it. Oh my God, this note is so sweet. Thank you so much, Samantha. I love you so much. Oh, I love getting little Christmas cards like this. So sweet. And then let's see what's in this package because I have not ordered anything from Amazon. So let's see if there's a note that I can read. Happy 30th birthday, Rachel, from Tori. Oh my God, Tori. Thank you so much. Let's see what it is. My Roommate is a Vampire by Jenna Levine. Oh my God, I read this right around Halloween and I did not expect to love this book as much as I did. Like, thank you so much, Tori, for getting this for me. I will link the recent reads video that I did where I talked about this book, but just know that I loved it so much. I went into this with pretty low expectations because I had seen a lot of reviews from people that I trust giving it like 3 stars, maybe 4 stars. But I just loved the vibe of this because it's a paranormal romance that's also a rom-com. And I feel like we don't get that too often with paranormal romances. Like, usually paranormal romances are more like suspenseful and serious. And like, this was just fun and adorable and sweet and spoony and sexy. And it was just really great. Like, Frederick, our vampire hero here, he is like a top tier book boyfriend. I love him with my whole heart. Reading update time. I have read 2 things since I last spoke with you guys. I finished finally Divine Rivals last night. Oh my God, guys. This was incredible. This was fantastic. Everything about this book just completely hit the mark for me. From the setting to the writing. The writing is beautiful. It is stunning in my opinion. And I feel like it just totally matches the vibe of this story. The characters, I loved Roman and Iris, and I cannot wait to see how their story continues in book 2. But I also really enjoyed the side characters, especially as we get later into the book and we are actually seeing this war. We are at the war front, and so we're introduced to a lot more characters. Really loved those characters that we were introduced to. I loved the romance between Roman and Iris. I loved the magical aspects of this. Definitely does read as more magical realism just because there's no like tangible magic system, but there is magic going on, like with the magical letters being sent back and forth between Iris and Roman. And there's also like magical creatures that one of the gods in particular is utilizing in this war. I loved the story. I adored the direction that this went in because from where this book starts, where these two are fighting over this columnist position at a newspaper, like, I wouldn't have been able to guess in a million years like quite where this story goes. And I just loved how the plot developed. Everything worked for me. I loved this so much. Oh my God, that ending. I need book 2 right away. So I'm very glad that I read this now because book 2 is coming out the day after Christmas. So I won't have to wait that long before diving into book 2. And I'm also glad that this is just a duology. We need more fantasy duologies, you know? I feel like there's way too many like trilogies and series that are longer than that out there. But I love a good duology, you know? Yeah, this was just incredible. I was so invested, especially the further and further that we got in the book. I could talk about this book forever and ever and ever if you let me, but just know that I Cannot recommend it highly enough. And do not be surprised if this ends up in my favorite books of 2023 video for sure. Then earlier today, I had to wake up super early today, which sucks because on the weekends, that is when I catch up on my sleep. But I did have to wake up early today because I had to cover for someone at work. So when I got home from work, I only had to work like 3 hours. It wasn't that bad, but it was just the fact that I had to get up at like 8 on a Saturday. But I went ahead and read the entirety of Villains Are Destined to Die, Volume 1. This is a manhwa, which is the Korean version of manga, that was highly recommended by Madison. I will link her channel down in the description below. And I am so glad that I bought this first volume and I read it for this vlog, and I'm counting it towards my novellathon goal. This is the first and only thing that I have finished for novellathon so far. This, oh my God, this was so addictive. I flew through this first volume. It took me about an hour to read, which is the norm for me when it comes to manga or manhwa or like comics in general. But the story is so interesting. So we have our main character, and she's playing this video game called Daughter of the Duke's Super Love Project. And it's like a dating sim game that takes place in a fantasy historical setting, where you have 2 modes. It's like normal mode and hard mode. And in normal mode, you're Yvonne, who is like the long lost daughter of this duke. And it's very easy for her to gain affection from the various love interests that we have in the video game. There's like 5 of them. And then if you play it in hard mode, you are Penelope, who is the misunderstood villain who is pictured here. And it is like nearly impossible to gain any affection with the love interests. And it's very easy to just get killed in this game and have to start over. And so our main character ends up waking up in the game as Penelope, as the villain. And so now she's trying to navigate this world and trying to gain affection from the various love interests so that she doesn't die. And she's trying to figure out how to get back to the real world, how to get back to her life. And oh my God, I am hooked. I am so addicted. I need volume 2 right away. I'm probably gonna order that like right after I'm done with this clip. This was fantastic. Oh my God. I am really intrigued by all the love interests, especially this dude here, who is very villainous. Very, very intrigued by him for sure. So yeah, I might have to read volume 2 soon just because I love this so much. I gave it 5 stars. What can I say? Like, this was just great. The art style is beautiful. I love that manhwa is in full color. If the plot sounds at all intriguing to you, I would highly recommend checking it out. So that is going to be it for this reading update. I am tired because I had to wake up so early for work. It is about 3 o'clock, so I'm gonna go take a nap, and I will probably just talk to you guys at some point tomorrow with my final update for this vlog. All right, what is up, my dudes? It is Sunday evening, so we need to do a final reading update for this vlog because I am so happy. I got so much reading done last night. I think you guys know how frustrated I've been with not having as much time to read as I would like, but yesterday I had, you know, pretty much a full day off and I got to devote so much time to reading, and I finished like 5 things. Yeah, 5 books. But first, we have book mail. Oh my God. You guys are spoiling me. You are absolutely spoiling me. Y'all are the best. So this first one, happy birthday, my friend. Thank you for being so accepting and always up for any crazy read along I can dream up. I hope you have a wonderful birthday, Jen. Jen, I love you so much. Thank you. She got me Embers by Claire Kent. This is the 3rd book in her Kindled series, which is just a fantastic post-apocalyptic romance series. I read this third book very recently and adored it. Of course, gave it 5 stars. So thank you so much, Jen. I am so happy to have this in my personal library. So, okay, I gotta make sure, I always make sure to put the note with the book. So I have that, and then we have another package to open here. Let's see if I can get this open by myself, or if I have to get scissors. I guess I'll get scissors because I'm impatient. Okay, so let's get the note. Let's see. Nope, that's a receipt. And I don't want to see what book it is before I read the note. Happy birthday from Melissa! Melissa! Oh my goodness. All right, what is this? She got me Forever Your Rogue. Oh, thank you so much. I finally read this recently and I really enjoyed it. Yeah, this is a really great historical romance. This cover is just beyond stunning. I'm hoping to actually reread this at some point in the kind of near future because I really think I'm gonna love it even more upon reread. Oh, thank you so much, Melissa, you're the best. Y'all are just spoiling me. Oh my God. So, reading update. We have things to talk about. Y'all know yesterday I read Villains Are Destined to Die, Volume 1. Y'all, I cannot stop thinking about this book, about this story, about this manhwa. Holy shit, I am hooked. And so you know what? As soon as I was done reading this, I ordered all of the other volumes that are currently out. We currently have up to Volume 5 out. So I ordered those and they're coming in very soon because I am just desperate to continue on. I am hooked. I am hooked. And then yesterday I did also read the first volume of The Remarried Empress, which is another amazing manhwa recommendation from Madison. This one is quite a different vibe. We have Navier and Sovishu. They are an emperor and empress, but Sovishu, the emperor, is being a little shit. He has met this random woman and made her his mistress. And so there's a lot of drama and court intrigue going on. And so at the very beginning of this first volume, we see that we get to a point where Sovishu is requesting a divorce from Navier, our main character. And she consents to it as long as she is allowed to remarry whoever she wants. And apparently that is a very scandalous thing for her to ask. I am hooked as well. First of all, this cover is just amazing. So I also ordered the next couple of volumes of this last night, y'all. I have no self-control when it comes to, you know, books or, you know, series that I get hooked to. So I gave this first volume 5 stars like I did with Villains Are Destined to Die. Like, Madison, you are coming in clutch with the manhwa recommendations. I actually like binged all of her manga and manhwa recommendation videos last night looking for even more recommendations. So, you know, I have no self-control. Who was surprised? Certainly not me. Then, last but not least, I finished my reread of House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J. Maas. And y'all, I stayed up until 6 a.m. this morning finishing this reread because I was on page like 550 and I thought last night I would just read like another 100 pages, go to bed, wake up kind of early, and then finish the rest of it. But with this book, I would say by page 600 or so is a point of no return where you truly cannot stop reading because the pacing is so fast. The story is just getting crazier and crazier and crazier. Things are happening like I could not stop. Even if someone had tried to force me to stop, like I could not. And so I read the last 250 pages of this book last night and stayed up till 6 a.m. What is wrong with me? Who am I? But I am so excited. We have our live show discussion for this in just about an hour on Jess's channel. Oh my God. I cannot wait to discuss this book. I loved it even more upon reread. I am so glad that this read along finally forced me to reread this book. I had been putting off this reread for so long, and there really was no need for it, because upon reread, I found the world building to be a lot easier to understand. I thought the pacing was better too overall upon reread. Like, everything about this book was just better for me the second time around. Oh my god, the last 100 pages or so in particular are just fucking crazy and epic, and everything that I love about Sarah J Maas's books. And this, wow, like, what a wild ride this book is. Oh my god. Definitely check out the live show discussion if you want more of our in-depth thoughts. We'll definitely be getting into spoilers in that live show. I don't want to get into spoilers here, just in case any of you out there have not read this yet. Just know that I cannot recommend it enough. I love this story. I enjoy these characters. I wouldn't say that they're my favorite Sarah J Maas characters, but maybe I'll love them more and more, you know, with the future books. I'm reading book 2 very soon, and then book 3 is coming out at the end of January. But for me, it's really the story and the writing and like this murder mystery and everything that and the world that this takes place in that I love so much about this book. And this is probably the best first book of a series that I've ever read. I think I can say that confidently. There's a few books that pop into my mind of like fantastic first books that I've read, but this one is definitely on that list. Yeah, incredible. It's just such a great book upon reread. I feel like the first time you read it, there's a lot to take in. And I know that some people don't love the pacing of this. They feel the middle is kind of boring. I never thought that, but I could see why someone would think that. But just, yeah, there's so much more to take in and to love upon reread. And like, I cried so many times towards the end. Oh my god, Lahaba and everything going on with Bryce and like, and Hunt, and like, it's just so devastating. But by the end, like, everything wraps up great. I mean, for the most part, like, it's the first book of a series, so like, obviously more shit is gonna go down in the next book. I read more things yesterday. How could I possibly forget? I was about to wrap up this vlog. I read Trick Shot by Kayla Gross. This was our book pick for our group pick for Novellathon. I gave it like 3 stars. I mean, between you and me, I actually DNF'd this. It's totally a me thing. It is nothing wrong with this book because I was enjoying it, but there's just so many other things I want to read at the moment, and I was not necessarily in the mood for a smutty Christmas novella. Like, that's just not where my mood is, and I knew that going in. Also, I do think being 200 pages was a bit long for a novella. Maybe if it was shorter, I would have finished it, but yeah, I just decided to put it down because I was like, there were just so many other things I wanted to pick up yesterday. But I would still recommend it for you, you know, to pick up if it at all sounds interesting to you. I also read How the Monster Stole Me on Christmas Eve. I mean, obviously this is a Grinch romance, and I was like laughing my butt off the whole time because this Grinch, well, he's like buff and muscly, which is wonderful, but he also is a bit reminiscent of Jim Carrey's Grinch, and so I was just laughing, and it was just so bonkers, so over the top, but that's what I wanted going into this, and it totally served that. So I gave this like 3 stars, you know. It was just a time. And yeah, I'm so excited about like these manhwa series that I have discovered, and finishing Crescent City. Like, I'm just very happy right now with how much reading I got done this weekend. And I have also started A Holiday by Gaslight by Mimi Matthews. I'm like 30-ish% of the way through, so I'll definitely talk about that more in next week's vlog. So yeah, that is gonna be it for now. I would love it if you would leave a like and subscribe. If you want to leave a comment telling me about some books that you've been reading and loving, or if you want to discuss the books that I read this week, definitely leave a comment. I always love having discussions with you guys in the comments. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!